Whether you're in the mailroom or the boardroom, there's this one thing that pretty much shapes your entire workday. It decides if you feel plugged in, connected, and, well, valued. Today, we're going to break down what internal communication really is. Oh, you know that feeling, right? A huge decision gets announced and you never, ever saw it coming. Or you find out about a big project change from a coworker at the water cooler. That feeling of being disconnected? That's exactly what we're digging into today. And believe me, it's a problem with a very clear solution.
All right, first things first, let's get one thing straight. This is about so much more than just a company-wide email or some dusty old memo. We're going to trace how this whole idea evolved, from simple bulletin boards all the way to being a major strategic player in the modern boardroom.
Okay, so here's the core of it. Look at those three keywords right there: inform, connect, and align. See, it's not just about blasting information out into the void. Nope, it's a whole system designed to build a solid team, where everyone knows what's going on and is pulling in the same direction.
And what's kind of wild is how long people have been thinking about this. Way back in the 19th century, it was purely practical, just making sure the factory floor was running right. But then, fast forward to the mid-20th century, and suddenly we realized, hey, this is also about what motivates people. And now? Today, it is the absolute backbone of a company's culture and its power to change and adapt. So you've got to think of great internal communication like a two-sided coin. It has to pull double duty, serving two really different but equally important purposes. On one side, you've got the practical stuff, the function, and on the other, you've got the human stuff, the feeling.
So on that functional side, you have the nuts and bolts, right? This is all about making work flow smoothly and making sure information gets where it needs to go correctly. But then you flip the coin. That emotional side, that's all about connecting people to the company's big mission, to its values, and making them feel like they're a part of something bigger than themselves. One side keeps the engine running, the other provides the fuel. And this image right here just nails that emotional side. It's not just about the tasks people are doing, but how they feel while they're doing them. Amazing communication creates this atmosphere where people feel safe sharing ideas, where they want to collaborate, and where everyone is genuinely working toward the same goal. Okay, so you might be wondering, why should a company really pour time and money into this? What's the actual payoff? Well, in this next part, we're going to look at the real, tangible benefits that make this a total non-negotiable for any successful business. First up, let's talk culture. Because strong communication is literally how you build it and keep it alive. It's how you spread your values around, how you get people fired up and engaged with the brand, and how you make sure everyone from the new hire to the CEO gets what the company is trying to do.
And then, of course, there's the direct impact on the bottom line. I mean, when departments are actually talking to each other, there's way less friction. When you cut down on all that information noise, people can actually focus on what matters. All of that leads straight to a major boost in productivity and just, smarter ways of working.
Now, this stuff has always been important, but let's be real, today's workplace is a whole different ballgame. Trying to connect people is so much harder when they're not even in the same room, or sometimes even the same time zone.
Yeah, with remote teams and hybrid work, you can't just rely on those random hallway conversations anymore. Companies need to build intentional systems that are transparent so everybody has the same info, and participatory so everybody feels like they actually have a voice.
So what's really at stake here? Well, the data is just staggering. Get this. Companies that nail their internal communication are over 4.5 times more likely to have employees who are super engaged and who actually get what the company is trying to achieve.
And the cost of getting it wrong? It's huge. It hits retention hard. Studies show that a mind-blowing 80% of employees who think their managers are bad communicators are actively checked out. That makes them way more likely to leave. People want more than just a paycheck. They want to feel looped in and connected.
And here is the real head-scratcher. Even though most leaders would agree this stuff is vital, more than half of all companies still don't have any kind of long-term, measurable strategy for it. That's a massive gap between knowing there's a problem and actually doing something about it.
So let's tie all this together. What's the ultimate goal? What does a truly great internal communication strategy actually build?
This quote really says it all perfectly. It's not about just sending out more messages, it's about fundamentally changing your whole organization into a team that is aligned, connected, and efficient.
So, here's the most important takeaway. We have to get past the idea that communication is just talking. It's not. It's a strategic tool for building a company that can handle anything, that sticks together, and that performs at the absolute highest level. And that really just leaves us with one last question to chew on. Think about your own workplace, your own team. Is your company just talking at people, or is it actually doing the hard work to truly connect with everyone? Because the answer to that question, well, it makes all the difference in the world.